What's up? Got a Miguron. Miguron. Does it tell us what it is? Miguron knife. Pocket knife. MGR 804BK. Might be the Pelona. I don't know. Somehow that word Pelona seems to stick in my head when it comes to these Miguron knives. I don't know. But we're going to get out of here. We're going to get it out of this box. Look, it's past QC. I probably don't even need to clean this one off. Right? I mean, they're saying it. They're coming right out and saying it. Hey, this thing's been through a quality control process, and it passed. I'm not going to be a jerk, man. I was just funning. I got nothing against Miguron. Matter of fact, I got this other one right here. It's been sitting here for, I don't know, a couple of weeks. I don't know why it's sitting here. It's just up here. I might have been thinking about putting an edge on it or something. I don't know. Yeah. But it's just sitting up here at the top of the bench. You tell me. I don't even remember getting it out. All right, come on. Oh, it's packed in there pretty good. Ooh, it's a good size knife. I did not know that. Of course, I didn't know what it is. Oh, info card. Nothing major. I think I'll set it in the box. Well, let's get the knife out of here. Pass another QC. So I like the G10 already. Yeah, it's grippy, man. Nice. It's got a milled titanium pocket clip. A little blue tin to it. It's got blue titanium collar on this side. On the non-show side. On the show side, it's got the logo in there. Man, let's get rid of all this. You thought I was going to fire the knife, didn't you? Psych. Oh, man. Get ahead of things. Alright. I thought I was going to fire it, too. I had to catch myself. Alright, here we go. Man, let's get this thing out of here. So, this reminds me of a knife. It's smaller, but you know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of the big Shoes. I don't know the model number. I reviewed it on the channel, but this is like its baby brother. It's in 14C. It's got a black coated blade, black G10, nice texture on it. Action's pretty good. Couple of shakes. Spidey flick's good. Thumb flick is tremendous. But it's only got the thumb studs. It's the only way in. Can't really slow roll. It's got enough of detent that it's going to force you to get out. Yeah. Well, let's get in it. Might be TH all the way around. Yeah, man. TH, even for the pocket clip, which I am not going to remove at this juncture. You know, like why? Why is all that oily? So weird. But I mean, honestly, it looks appropriate in here. It's got a little bit of oil in the bearings. It has a little bit of oil for the detent ball. I mean, yeah, it all looks the way that it should look. And the pivot is captured with a dimple that's built into the scale. Very nice. Yeah. It's a way to do it, man. Simple. It's got these gold barrel spacers that are captured, that are going to be captured in the liner over here. I think. I don't know. Let me start wiping stuff down. I get a better lay of the land here. Man, I see a bunch of oil under that scale. So, I was trying to cheap out, you know, trying to be lazy and go, let's wrap the video. We don't need to do it. But yeah, look at all that oil under there. I almost let it go, man. It didn't do it. What a loser. Come on, man. Where's that reference from? What a loser. Yeah. I mean, if you get the reference, so back in the day when that movie came out, I went to the movie theater to see that with, I believe, well, it was my wife. and so I'm watching that movie, and me and like the place was packed. I mean, it was one of those movies, you know, back in the day. Like you go to movies now, and there's nobody in there. It's the weirdest thing ever, man. But the place was packed. I mean, every seat in a huge theater, not them little mini theaters. This was a big theater. Every seat was full. And so there's like the buzz, the crowd buzz, you know. and that movie's going on. And me and like two other dudes like really got it. Like me and a couple of guys were just laughing out loud. I couldn't help myself. And my wife kept elbowing me. She kept going, honey. But the other two guys that were getting it were encouraging me, man. I mean, like they got it and they were cracking up. So me too. Yeah. Yeah, man. It's funny. Funny movie to me. I don't know if it's still that funny, but man, it sure was when I saw it that day. So these are definitely captured. And yeah, they're captured in these holes. So I have to loosen those up in order to get all that lined up. Those can't be tight because they gotta get on there just right. Which I like it. I mean, it helps line everything up, man. All right, I think we're clean. Bearings. Wipe these bearings off. Get this thing back together. Talk about movies and cracking up, and I didn't even tell you what the movie was. Like somebody's got to get the reference. Okay. Clearly I didn't wipe that out. You know what? I didn't take that scale off. That's why. Yeah, I mean, I almost learned my lesson on the other side. I'm not going to learn it on this side. Let's just get this separated and see what's up. Yeah, look at it. Soaking wet. Ugh. idiot. It's just a goof, man. All right. Now we finally wiped everything down. Really skeletonized liners, but they're heavy duty. These are big time. And so it does lend to the rigidity and stiffness of this knife. It feels substantial. And I mean, I'm just saying, the one that comes to mind is that Shoes. It feels, overall, it's got the profile of that knife. It's got a square, kind of boxy feel. And you know what I noticed? These are only captured in this scale. They're not captured in the other one. Interesting. Yeah, they're only captured in that other scale, which kind of makes you think you should put them in that one first. I mean, absolutely you should, but I don't like assembling from the top down. I like to assemble from the bottom up. And so I'm going to go with what I like that. There it is. That had a fine adjustment as well. It only went one very specific way. Okay. I do like how they polished the inside here where the bearings run versus making them cut through that black coating. They could have just left it, and a lot of knife manufacturers do. They just leave that black coating in there and let them bearings run on that coating, and then they get gummed up with whatever that coating is, and you know, it's not optimum, that's for sure. So now these spacers back here have to get lined up. There we go. Just like that. I mean, I was about to make it sound like it was something, and then it just went together perfectly. So, calm down, bro. Causing a scene. Yeah. 2 little body screws. Pocket clip. Yeah, T8s all the way around. I mean, the captured barrel spacers, the captured pivot. I mean, somebody's paying attention, doing it right. You know, here's what makes me think. When I start finding all this stuff, it makes me think that this is a knife company. And surely they're out to make a profit. You know what I mean? Like, nobody's got a company. You know, I guess there are charitable companies out there that are philanthropic or what, you know, their only purpose is to provide charity services to others or whatever. But most companies are, you know, even those companies have to make a profit. They got to pay for everything. And then they can be charitable. Like, if you're not making money, you can't be charitable. So it's got to be at the top of the list, making money, right? And I think some knife companies, their sole existence is to make money. And it shows in their knives that they're not really, like, there's little things that are lacking that make it a knife person's knife. You know, I mean, can you package it and sell it somewhere still? Yeah, I mean, man, there's a buyer for everything. Even a knife that's not a very good knife, right? And if you market it properly, man, you'll sell a lot of them. You get a loyal following, and you know, common sense can't be talked to people that follow some of these knives. You just can't. But, you know, if it wasn't for that kind of stuff, it wouldn't make stuff like this knife be apparent. That it tells me that these people are knife people. Like somebody has held this knife and said, yeah, that works. And somebody said, hey, let's capture those because it's better. Hey, let's capture the pivot because it's better. I mean, I'm looking at the ramp on the pocket clip, and I'm guessing it's going to run. The thumb studs almost don't extend past the edge of the blade, past the edge of the knife. They do not. So the thumb studs line up with the scale. They're flush with the scale. I mean, it's a little thing, but they could have easily made that stick out, but they didn't. It's flush with the scale. Anyways, there's my rant. I snuck one into the video. All right, so this action. I mean, it's good. It's snappy, goes out there, but it's taken some shaking to get it to close up. So, I mean, I'm going to say it's a solid B action. It'll probably get better through time. You know, maybe it's a B to a B plus. It's pretty good. I mean, I don't have any complaints. The detent is right on money. You know, Spidey flick, boop. Locks up good. The thumb flick, very aggressive. Let's look at the access to the lock bar. It's lowered just slightly, and so it's easy to get in here and get a hold of that thing. The lockup on it looks to be, I don't know, is that 30% maybe? Let's check it. Let's make sure that it's truly locked up. Yeah, no issues there. And so, I mean, B plus, BB plus, it's got good, I mean, it's good action. You know, not everything's an A. You know what I'm saying? This is good stuff. I mean, I'd probably lean towards a B plus and raising higher just because they got the thumb studs right. They're comfortable. They're not poking out. They're not going to poke into your leg in your pocket, that kind of thing. Ergonomics. So I mean, I've got not so confident, confident, and very confident. And I'm going to go from not so confident and just bump up to a confident grip. It is not going to make it. You know, if this is confident, if that's the line, if that's the marker, it's just going to come up short. And the reason is because it doesn't have a flipper tab. And so if I was to carry this knife and then find myself going forward with it and meet resistance, boom, I meet a piece of leather, thick jacket, you know, a lot of heavy cloth material I'm trying to stab through, whatever, and it meets resistance. I'm not confident that I could maintain this grip and keep my hand from running up over this sharp blade. And so, therefore, I can't go all the way to confident. Now, what I can say is that I feel very locked in here. The squareness of this end and the way that they've squared these corners, nothing's poking me, and it's tucked into my palm. So I mean, I'm locked in. It's a very locked in grip. Wonderful platform here for my thumb. I mean, I like it, but again, I'm not confident that I could maintain a solid grip here, especially like, let's say my hands got wet, you know, and they're slippery and whoop, up and over. Now the G10's grippy, but it's not that kind of grippy to where it's going to keep me from, you know, sliding up over that blade. I wonder how the pocket clip is. Looking at it, I think it's going to run really well. It's going to get over this thick stuff right here and go whoop, all the way to the end. So I like the blue contrast on the black, the anodized. It's a good look. I mean, there's about a half an inch or better of knife sticking out there, and it does represent substantial piece in your pocket, which I'm not against. I mean, I know if you're looking for concealment, then you're looking at that and going, yeah, not so much. I'm not a big conceal person. I don't, you know, I'm not in that camp, and I mean, I'm not going to have that debate because I'm the only one here. So what am I going to do? Debate myself? No. I mean, I have the way I swing on all that. And I know a lot of people feel the other way. They go, well, you should have the element of surprise or whatever. I am firmly in the camp that I'd rather have them look at me and go, I'll wait until that guy leaves. that's kind of what I'm thinking, you know. So there's a couple of philosophies with some of that. But yeah, this doesn't bother me a bit with that sticking out of the pocket. The tension here on this one, it's good, but here's what I'll tell you: this is a heavy knife. This is no featherweight knife, and so the weight of it on this material, I mean, I think it's going to be where you left it. Definitely going to hold back here in this back pocket for me. And with the screws, just the nature of it, easy one hand in, one hand out. So, I mean, the clip's okay. Clip's good. What about safety? Yeah, I mean, I saw the blade down there, and I thought, ooh, I'm going to get it. But no, I can't get that blade. And the tip's recessed enough. It's hidden down in there. So the tip's good. The clip's good, and I'm confident I can put this in my pocket and not have incidental blade contact. I know it's a silly thing, but it's amazing how many knives I look at that you can touch the blade. I wonder if it's sharp. Got a tiny little piece of phone book paper here. Tall, flat grind on this blade. And yeah, it comes down to a sharp point. I'm going to run it on a strop just a couple of times. I didn't feel any burrs, so I'm not going to run it on the wood. I don't really have any concerns that that's there, but I'm just going to take 2 passes, twice on each side. It's got a pretty sharp angle on that bevel. All right. I mean, it went from sharp to stropped sharp, you know, and there's a difference. Don't cut the finger. Yeah. Yeah. Ridiculous sharp. All right. Price and availability. Where can we find it? And what do we got to pay for it? All right, let me find it. Okay, so this is a Miguron Pelora. Pelora. And this was an Amazon purchase. These are like right at $40. And where I live, these are a same day purchase. If when I purchased this, within 24 hours, this was at my house. Yeah, if I ordered it at 10 o'clock at night, I mean, that thing's at my house before 8 o'clock in the morning. How about it? Yeah, Pelora, $40, 14C 28N, and I can tell you this knife is substantial. I mean, it's legit, man. I have a couple of Migurons around here that are just sitting in boxes. I think I've had this one for 2 or 3 months, but I think I've got a couple here that have been here for 4 or 5 months. They just keep missing the rotation. Yep. Anyways, the Pelora, $40, Amazon, same day delivery. I mean, come on, check it out. Appreciate you watching.